Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. I am actually able to stream on Monday even though it was cleaning day, so I'm super happy about that. I am a few minutes late just because since it was cleaning day, I really wanted to eat something before the stream, but not too bad, just 4 minutes late. Oh, Exie is here. Hello Exie! How are you? How's your week going? Did you have a good Monday? Nice start to your week? I hope so. My week start has been good. I have not gotten everything done that I wanted to, but I was able to get lots of stuff done that's equally good. So I'm feeling pretty good. Just gonna finish my work day off with this stream and then relax. Do it again tomorrow. Oh, good. Exie says, I'm alright. Thank you for asking. You're welcome, as always. I'm so glad to hear you're doing well. Exie says, how are you? I'm doing good, and I had my food, like I said, so I'm feeling nice and full. Got my nice bottle of mineral water to keep me hydrated through the stream. Had to take a nice sip of that. I haven't really talked much all day, and now I'm going to talk for an hour. How was cool dinosaurs eating people too? It was interesting, so to say, it was a great movie. Not a great movie, but knowing what I was going into and knowing that it just cannot compare to the first movie and being able to accept that and be like, okay, let's just enjoy it for what it is. Actually, you can enjoy it from that perspective, and just, especially with the I love this title. I've been using it when I've been writing in my journal and stuff, or my planner, keep track of which movies I've watched this year. Cool dinosaurs eating people too. I love that. Because that's what it is. This movie is I laughed so many times because the kills were so corny and hilarious. There would just be there were at least 2 times where there was a stream of water or a waterfall, and then it's rawr! And then you don't actually see the violence, but then there's the water turns red. It's multiple times in the same movie that was used. So yeah, as far as is it a good movie, but is it a good time? Yes. So that was really good. I'm looking forward to the third one because like I said, I cannot keep 2 and 3 separate in my mind, although now I know which scenes that I remembered were from 2, and then there's one scene I remember that it has to be from 3 because it wasn't in 2. Yeah, it's true. Exie says, when you have control over expectation range, everything becomes enjoyable. Yeah, just put it into context. The first movie were super good. Okay, that is its own thing. Now these other ones are just for fun. So let me open my Inktober kit. I'm just so ready to chat. I'm live stream art. We can just chat. No, I'll do some art while we're chatting. So for anybody who has not seen one of my Inktober52 streams, or Inktober in general, but in my Inktober52 streams, I'm using this kit of stuff that I put together. Most of it is from the Inktober retreat last year. There's the Moleskine sketchbook that I'm using, and then this set of mild liner and Sarasa fine liner pens, all from Zebra, and then a couple more Zebra pens. They're both brush pens with a medium tip, and then the red one also has a small tip, a fine tip on the other side. On top of that, I included, a pencil sharpener and this pencil to do my initial sketch with. So this is my favorite Palomino Blackwing. I love the color on this one, red to black. That's my fave. Red and black are my fave colors. Okay. I'm so glad that I was able to stream today, because today is still technically July. Taking another sip of water. It's still technically July, so I can hopefully up the unique viewer count for when I calculate what donation I'm going to make to my charity for the month, which is Food for Life Global. So Hopefully we'll get a few more unique viewers. Because I think we were 5 short of where we were this time last month. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I've got my new spread open in my sketchbook. And the prompt this time is teeth. Oh, so I guess for anybody else who has not seen one of these, I use the prompt. There's an official prompt list that comes out in email. And then I also use my own theme of gryphons. And so that's what this has been, a very hard prompt, because the prompt is teeth. And I was Googling it, and indeed, birds do not have teeth. They have, like, some have, like, serrated beaks, or they have, like, an extra calcification growing on their beaks so they can get out of their eggs, or, like, stuff like that, but not, like, proper teeth like in a mammal or somebody else, you know, like a reptile or somebody. So then I was just like, oh, what am I going to do? I want it to be Gryphon. And then I realized I could just make it funny. And so I'm just going to, I mean, maybe it's only funny in my head. I don't know how it'll come out on the page, but I'm just going to do a Gryphon. And it's got like dentures in its beak so that it has teeth. And it'll be just like cartoony style. I don't have a reference image up. Actually, I don't even know where I left my phone. Oh, I think it's over there on my printer. Well, if I need it, I'll get up and get it. So, no reference images right now. Oh, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Oh, not specifically, but thinking about how July is today's the last day of July. So Exie says, how curious that October is almost here. I don't feel like a year has passed since Inktober. Right? It's too fast. And I feel that every year. I feel that way every year, that it goes by way too fast. And every month I'm like, no, how is the month already over? And it's like, the surprise never gets old. Being surprised. I wonder if I want to do this different from usual and do it like this. But I could just make it bigger. Because I want to... Okay, I had to do it this way. I haven't done it this way before. Because I don't like this. This will be cutting right through the beak because I'm just thinking of doing the head. Okay, so let me explain properly what I'm thinking. If I did the head with the beak coming out, then like the face is going to have this line right through the middle of the face. I don't like that. But I feel like this isn't enough room because I'm just thinking of it as a side, like a side view. What is that called? Profile view? Yes. Profile view. But profile view for a bird would be like this because Gryphon equals bird on the top. So, for the first time this year, Inktober52, I'm going to do it this way. And this way I have the space that I want without having this line cutting through. And it'll just be a smaller drawing than usual, but I think it's better for getting the overall effect I wanted. But yeah, going back to it's already almost Inktober again because August, September, October, so there's only 2 full months before Inktober proper begins. And I've been thinking about it, and since I've been doing Inktober all year, I'm not going to change my schedule, because that's what I did last year, was change my schedule so that I was only doing Inktober 3 days, and then I had that 1 week where I was at the retreat. I'm going to keep sticking with Inktober52 and not try to also do the month prompt as well, because it's just too much. It's too crazy. I like this, like the weekly schedule I've got going on, so. Yeah, only 2 months. It means the summer is, we are entering the second, because July is a full month of summer, and then August. So we're entering the second half of summer. That I can believe, because it's been so hot here. It's too hot. It's too hot, too early. It's been August-style heat for all of July. It's too hot. It has cooled off in the morning, so I I haven't been paying too close attention, but I feel like the heat wave has passed a little bit for us here. Yeah, this is gonna be very cartoony. This is gonna be a fun one. This is nice to just do something silly sometimes. Okay. I think I do want to get a reference image though, so I remember that for pretty much all birds there's like some shape like this where the feathers come in onto the beak, but I can't remember exactly which direction it goes. So let me get my phone real quick because I left it over here. Aha! Oh, hello! First time chat from Yellow Sahin. Sahin? Am I pronouncing that right? Probably not. Yellow Sahin. 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 How are you? Oh, I love that you picked these. Yay! WandaVision. I love that show. How are you? Thank you for joining me in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Exie says, it reminds me of the birds I used to draw back in middle school. How so? Did you draw like cartoony style birds? Like Looney Tunes? That's what this is like, Looney Tunes. Let's see, I'm just gonna Google eagle profile view. Hopefully that brings up the kind of image I'm looking for. Oh yes, excellent. Yes, thank you. Google knows exactly what I wanted. Yeah, so the feathers come in a little bit like this, and then actually this should go way farther back, so I'm going to extend that back as well. And then the feathers come out up here too. Alright, put this on my little phone stand. Oh! Exie says, it was so easy to draw birds from the side view. I hope to make cartoons with only birds. You can make them now! I mean, you don't have to. But I think that would be cool. Wait, we've talked about this before. Well, no, it's not only birds, huh? But regular show has the cool bird characters. Well, at least, you know, there's Mordecai. Oh, thank you, Exie, for bringing Yellow Sahin over here for me. I'm so happy to have another person to talk to. Let's see. I'll call you Yellow for now, because that's shorter. Yellow says, Exie told me about your drawings, and I really wondered. Ah, welcome! Thank you for checking out my drawings. There. Because the beak, actually, let me see if I can, the lights are reflecting on it. Oh, but maybe I can do it if I hold it at an angle and get it to focus. So you can see the beak, the end of the mouth, goes like all the way to under the eye. So it's actually a lot like a human, because with the humans, if you look at the proportions, the corners of the mouth, if you go up from the corner, so say this is a face, 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, and you go up from the corners of the mouth, it goes right under the pupils. So it's actually the same, it's just on the side, because of the way the bird head is not flat like a human face, it's more like this. Oh, perfect. Yay. Yellow says, that's fine, my friends call me Yellow too. It feels like it should be a Star Wars call name, you know, like a rebel. You know, like Red 5. I can't remember any other ones. I only remember Red 5. I put a little smiley. I made the... It's not realistic, but this isn't realistic anyway. I put the smiley up here. so that show that this gryphon is having a good time too. It's not some weird thing. It's having a laugh. Okay, now that I've got this reference image, I'm adjusting other things too, because I'm like, wow, the beak goes way the heck down, like it goes really far. Oh, thank you. I'd been so good about it. Thank you so much. Exy says, can you focus the cam, please? I didn't refocus it from... Also, it had been behaving for so long and just doing it on its own. I must not grow complacent. I have to remember that my camera is not 100% reliable. Sometimes it just does not feel like participating with me. Okay, so there's these really fluffy feathers that come off like the forehead. And then here, it's just these teeny tiny little, like, beep, 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 beep. It's not distinctly feathery, like you can see the yellow of the beak material through as well, but it comes forward a little bit and then follows the line of the beak down to the corner. There. Yellow says, yellow thing is about my surname, but I really like the Star Wars, so that's a cool idea. I can use that. Yellow. Yeah, yellow is such a... Hey, the beak of the eagle I'm looking at is yellow as well. Yellow is such a nice color. I've realized that my favorite anime characters throughout my life all have a yellow, like, you could call it blonde, but it's anime, so it's yellow. Yellow hair. Such a nice color. Oh, cool! Exy says yellow is an artist as well. Good one, honestly. I thought he would enjoy your streams as much as I. Yellow, what kind of art do you do? Are you a visual artist? Music artist? I would love to see your art if you wanted to. I don't know if you have an Instagram or something. If you wanted to post it in the chat, you would be welcome to share it. I could click on it and take a peek. You don't have to either if you don't want to. I'm not trying to make you do anything either. Okay, so I love this reference that I found. The eye is so clearly defined. It's very nice camera work on this reference image. I'm exaggerating the bottom part of the eye a little bit. It already naturally goes in a tiny bit at the area where on a human it would be like where the tear duct is, that inside corner. I'm exaggerating it on purpose to make it look kind of silly to match with this ridiculous teeth in here. Pupil. And the outside part is dark. The iris is blue, but then that outside part is dark too. This is a very ridiculous one. Oh, nice. Yellow says I'm an illustrator. You can look on my Behance or Twitter. Are you under the same username? So that I know what to Google. Okay, so it's kind of hard to do this because the reference image is flipped. But there's a distinct line on the beak this way, and you've got the nostril comes out this direction. It's this kind of almost like a teardrop shape a little bit, and then this line comes down and curves in like let's see, like an S. Yes, like an S. Although it's a reverse S for my drawing. I had to take a sip of water again. I always need the most water on the days when I like have not talked at all day. And then I'm suddenly talking for my live stream. Okay, well, since I've got this reference image up, I may as well take it all the way. So, I put some fluffy feathers on the back. Well, rather than fluffy, it's more like spiky. But I'm going to make them more spiky feathers like this one. May as well use the reference image for the whole thing. Let's see, and this will be a little bit different because since the eagle is down, comes down, and then the rest of its body comes out. Wait, I should do my hand like this. Not like this, you can't see what I'm doing. The back of the head comes down and the body comes out, but I've got mine more like an angle rather than a, well, they're both angles, but this kind of angle rather than a right angle. More of a smooth transition instead of this, instead of this, I've got it more like this. Okay. And then there's some of these larger feathers on the front too. Man, this is kind of creepy looking. It doesn't just look like a cartoon, it just looks kind of creepy. Ooh, okay. Let me copy this. Because I want to see. I'm just going to take a quick peek though, because anybody who watches my recordings later will be like, what the heck? Nothing is going on. Search, paste, go. Aha! Oh, that is my favorite! Oh my god! Yes! You have the Moon Knight picture. Okay, I'm gonna look more later. But, I love that. You got the Moon Knight. You got the Moon Knight picture! Moon Knight is my favorite! Of all the Marvel, those short series, those like Loki, we just finished watching Secret Invasion, all those ones. Moon Knight is my favorite. Oh, thank you! Exie says, looks pretty cool already. Yeah, I think I'm ready to go to inking, so I guess I'll hold it up. Get the camera focus. Hold it up. Here's the graphite so far. Okay, time to ink this creepy looking denture wearing eagle. I'm thinking about whether I want to I'll use the brush pens because they're always so nice for the feathers. I was thinking about just doing the fine liner from over here, but nah, let's do brush pen. Oh, I see it. I see it. Exie says, I don't know why I'm getting Attack of Titan vibes in the eyes. Indeed, yeah, because he looks deranged. looks like a Titan. Oh, imagine that, a Gryphon Titan. I think that would be cool. Ah, we are buddies. Yellow says I'm a big fan of Moon Knight. Ah, me too. I'm not even kidding. I love that show so much. I watched it at least 6 times because I watched it in English again, English with Japanese subtitles, Japanese dub with English subtitles, Japanese dub with Japanese subtitles, so that's 5, right? And then I think I just watched it in Japanese with no subtitles. Because I was like, I need to watch it some more. I just want to watch it some more. It's such a good show. I don't know if they're going to be making more. I actually like how it's kind of fresh and is not so... I mean, I like how the Marvel Cinematic Universe is all tied together and stuff, but it was refreshing to not have to think about all the other things that have ever happened and try to remember this thing from this movie like 10 years ago or whatever. Like, it was all self-contained, which also meant I could recommend it to people who have not watched all of the Marvel things, and then that way they don't have to worry about, well, but am I going to understand it because I haven't watched all the movies or something. And so that was another nice thing about it. But I really liked the story. Like, that was just a bonus thing. Well, I really liked the story, and I liked how there was not really any bad guys, not really any, you know, everybody was sort of like crossing or towing this line, like, okay, but they're making a good point over here, but wait, what? Maybe it would be better, like, I love shows like that. It makes you think a little bit. And then, of course, I mean, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but anybody who hasn't watched it yet, watch that last episode all the way into the very end. Because then you're like, what? That's part of the reason why I had to re-watch it, because I was like, wait a minute, I need to check some stuff now. I haven't read the comics yet. They're on my wish list. They've been releasing a big omnibus with like everything. The only thing from the comics that I know is like some of the basic information that's like on Wikipedia when I was looking up more about it to learn more about. You know, because I was obsessed, so I wanted to learn more about it. But yeah, I have not read any. So you recommend Jeff Lemire, or I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, Jeff Lemire. I'm going to take it that you recommend Jeff Lemire's storyline. Because I really love the show, but then I read comic and said, this is the best thing I ever read. Dang, now I want those omnibuses even more. A lot of the details I've read about the comics always focus on how it was really... Like, Moon Knight's first introduction was as an antagonist. And then it's just, like, kind of was all over the place. Like, what kind of character was he and stuff. And so that's actually kind of... Maybe that's why the show, the Disney Plus show, is a little more free or something, because that's the origin is also kind of unclear or... But I have not read too deeply into that, because, yeah, I do want to get those omnibuses. I'll put them on my Christmas wish list again. Maybe someone will get them for me. Or I'll get them for myself sometime as a present. How recently was that one? How recent is the Jeff Lemire storyline? Is it close to the very beginning of the introduction of the character, or is it more, relatively more recent? Man, this is so cool. I did not expect to be talking about Moon Knight today. And now I'm like super jazzed because I love Moon Knight. I've actually been thinking, going back to the idea of it's already time for Inktober proper again, October. I've been thinking of doing a Moon Knight viewing party in October as a Halloween party. I keep thinking about it. And then I'm like, but a party is so much work, and I've gotten kind of lazy post-pandemic. Like, I don't really like doing parties at home anymore because it's so much work to clean up and get prepared, but I kind of still want to do it. Okay. Now I'm adding some details that I did not sketch in the first place, like the eyelids, or, well, I'm not sure, actually. If this part closes, I think they have the nictitating membrane that goes over the eye this way. But I think these parts, I don't even know if it makes sense what I'm saying. I'm like looking at it and then just clicking my fingers. Okay, so. Oh good, I think it focused on its own. Just adding some lines to indicate this yellow area, which I think are eyelids on the eagle. Ooh. Yes, Jeff Lemire storyline, Greg Smallwood drawing it. Greg inspiring to me about drawing comics because art style is amazing. Ooh, his using of white is very clever. Wow, I really want to... Now I really want to read those because you already had me interested. And then the idea of I love when artists can use things in ways that are surprising, that's what it sounds like. Like this is completely unrelated, and yet it is related. For instance, I just read a children's picture book about the Grand Canyon in Arizona, United States, and it had like perfectly cut little holes so that you're reading it and then you flip the page and then this is like actually it's a dinosaur or something on the next page, but you couldn't tell on this page. So even though I'm like an adult reading this children's picture book, but I was like, what? That is so clever. And so I'm like reading the whole thing, like trying to find the hole. Like this kind of thing it's so inspiring. So yeah, it sounds really good to me. So it sounds like the story is really good, but also the artwork itself, regardless of story, has some strong merit. I hope it's in the omnibus. It wouldn't be an omnibus if it didn't include everything. Okay. So let's see. I want to do a little bit more texture here. So I've got some texture coming into the face here. But in the back, it's just only along the edge. But when I'm looking at the reference, these long, fluffy feathers go like all the way in. So I'm going to add some more. So that it doesn't look so flat in the back. And also, they get a lot longer farther down the neck. Okay. Never really... I mean, I've drawn eagles a few times, but every time I'm like, wow, they've got kind of punk-style spiky feathers. Okay, now I'm going to connect the front and the back a bit. So right here, the feathers are all so white, I'm not really going to put any ink there, but like where the jaw is, and there's feathers growing off of it and growing back, there's more stuff. More shadows. So I'm going to try to capture those, and then a little more, there's a decent amount of texture on the top of the head. And then like right here is there's some very dark shadows. And then these teeny tiny little feathers. And they get a little bit bigger as they come back. So I'm mostly just tapping my brush at this point. Right here. And there's also similar ones down here. Ah, that's good. Okay. So how are we on time? Got about 20 minutes, 20-ish minutes. Thinking about what I want to do next. I could add some hatching, or I could... my kit includes some markers, so if I wanted to color in the beak or the eye, I could do that. I don't have yellow, though. I could also... yeah, I think I will. It's my favorite thing. I'm just going to do that thicker line around the whole outside. This will stand out kind of like a sticker design. But I still want to respect areas where I was trying to get a nice taper, so like on the point of the beak. So it's not going to be evenly big line, but just overall a thick line. Oh no! I smeared some ink. I have an eraser on the back of this, but well, I'll just try it. A little smear right here. Whoops. Or maybe it's not even ink. Maybe it's graphite. Okay, that cleaned it up pretty good. Okay. Oh. Trash can was farther away than I thought. Okay. I'm gonna swipe these into these little eraser shavings into the trash can. Aw! You drew one just now? Exy says, I did give a try to my bird drawings. It's nothing like yours. That's okay, though. It doesn't have to be the same. Did you make it a cartoony one? Like, when you were thinking of doing a cartoon, what would your cartoon be like? A cartoon with only birds in it? Or wait, what did you say? You said comic, right? Wait. I don't remember what you said. It's stylized, though. Nice. What kind of bird did you do? A generic one or like a specific species, or like a raptor or a penguin? There's so many birds. The more that I've gotten into griffins, the more I've gotten into birds, and so I'm like, wait a minute, birds are so awesome. How come I never realized sooner how awesome birds are? Well, I've learned now, and I'm just always learning more and more about birds. Also, what media did you use? Did you do a digital one? Or on paper? Oh yeah, I love that. I love that for something like this. The thicker line. But now I'm seeing that this looks really thick compared to the rest. So I'm going to thicken up some of the lines. So say like right here and under the beak. Because this is really drawing too much attention for what it is. Like there's no reason to have so much attention drawn to the back of the head. So we're going to even that out by putting a little bit more attention on the other things that seem like they could use more balance. Especially on the bottom half, because then that also just, it gives it weight so that it just like feels grounded. Oh, nice. Yay, I'm looking forward to it. Actually says, let's call seagulls. It's what it looks like most anyway. That's good. I was sending a photo on the server. Nice. I am looking forward to seeing it. Graphite and paper. Graphite and paper. Wait, are you going to be posting it right now? Or maybe I'll wait until the stream is over. I'm excited to see your seagulls. It's so cute. Posted. I learned, maybe this is misinformation, but I learned at some point that in Britain they're called sea mews, and that is so cute because mew is the sound that a kitten makes. Like, meow, meow. Like, I can totally see because seagulls make the same kind of sound, like, meow. But I was like, oh, they're little flying kittens. When I hear sea mews, I'm like, oh, they're flying kittens. I'm getting on the Discord server right now. Oh, they look like. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god. Oh, that's so cute. I like the one. Okay, so I turned my phone. So I like the one that's either, if my phone's not turned, I like the one that's like this. It's so cute. Know what they remind me of? Have you ever seen Finding Nemo? And there's those seagulls and they're like, mine, 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 mine. That's what that reminds me of. Well, I think those are great. And you have so many different ones. Yeah, I think if they're turned this way, the one that's the bottom left one, and it goes straight, has the straight face, and then it goes straight in the back. And it has a teeny tiny little beak. It's just so cute. I really like that one. I think that one would make an adorable cartoon character. Okay, so now I'm adding some hatching. I'm going to do a little bit along the bottom of these teeth to try to show that there's some shape to them. They're not just a flat thing. It curves under. So I'm going to do a little bit of precision work here because I also don't want it to be a very thick line of hatching because it's just a small thing. But I like the idea of putting a little bit more attention on these cartoony dentures because that's the whole point of this, of the prompt is teeth. So now I'm also adding hatching under where the beak is to show that the beak is hanging over the teeth, so it's casting shadow. Okay, I'm not done yet, but I'll hold it because it's so small. I'm gonna hold it up so. There's that little small line and then the larger shading line. Yeah, I think it'd be good if I can just get in the habit of clicking the button no matter what and not relying on the autofocus, and then it won't be. I think it's great because you know what? And it doesn't have to be. Actually says I didn't have space to draw the beak any bigger, but I'll say it was calculated and not totally random. Sometimes some of the best things come from like, oh, there's a saying, necessity is the mother of invention. So yeah, like there's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay. Now I'm going to I'm like stuttering. I'm going to do another line of tiny little hatch marks. This time to show that the top teeth are overhanging a little bit the bottom teeth. So another little spurt of teeny tiny precision. I have to stop every time I blink because I can't do it without looking. So whenever I have to blink, I have to stop. There. This is such a ridiculous. Okay, I'm going back to my reference image and just taking a look at the texture in the eye. I'm gonna add a little bit. Some little tick marks to indicate some texture. And then maybe a little hatching from the top to show that this is overhanging. So they have like a little, the eagles have like a little eyebrow that overhangs. So I'll actually bring this out here. And then it Doesn't really come out the back, though. This overhang seems to come from right around where the beak starts. Or, yeah, where the beak starts if you're starting here and going out. I love that movie. Actually says, now you said it, those seagulls from Nemo are probably where I got the inspiration. Yeah, and everything, like, everything art is made from some other thing, so that still works. Plus, that cute round one that I like so much doesn't look like the Nemo ones, but you still got the original, like, sort of, some of them started from there, but then I feel like you ended up coming up with one that I've never seen before that's also, like, totally adorable. Nice! Yay! Actually says, necessity is the mother of invention. I love that. We'll be using it for tomorrow's design. Thank you very much. You're welcome! Yay, I'm looking forward to seeing it! I totally believe that saying, too, because so much of what we do is because we want something. We want something to be different, or like it's kind of like the Matrix, you know. The story is that when they first made the fake world for all the humans to live in with their minds, it was all perfect, and then everybody was rejecting it because it didn't seem right. It's kind of the same. I feel like it's kind of the same thing. Still have 10 minutes, and I'm really pretty happy with this. I will. Let's see. I'm looking at my reference image just to see if there's anything else I can add. But I don't want to overdo it with the ink on the feathery part. Although, I could add a little shading here. Because these feathers are coming from around the other side of the beak. So I shall do that and add a little hatching there. So not all of them, but some of them are coming from around the other side. Yeah, I think I like that idea. Looking where else can I put some. So here's another spot. Underneath the bottom part of the beak is very shaded. It's almost black in this picture. It's just as dark as the nostril. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling, but I'm like, well, there's still so much time left, so may as well keep adding stuff. Exie says it looks done and great. Thank you very much for the compliment. I'm so glad that this worked out, because I was like, teeth? What am I going to do with teeth? It's been verified. I was like, maybe there is some bird that has teeth and I've never heard of it, and it would be a cool learning experience. And nope. There are no birds with teeth. Although I did learn that the ancient, like millions of years ago, ancestors of birds had teeth. But they exchanged teeth. Well, I mean, it was, 5 minutes of Googling, but they exchanged teeth for beaks along the evolutionary line. There's a little bit, it's so subtle, but there's a little line at the tip of the beak here. I'm going to add that in. Any other lines like that I'm not? Maybe one right here. It's very subtle, but there's like one right here. It's so creepy with these teeth in there. Actually says, I feel like the feathers are gonna bleed the eye. It's a furious gryphon. Yeah, it's so, I mean, birds just naturally have, they either look like kind of deranged, or they look very angry. It's kind of like with cats. Cats look so so angry if you don't understand. If you haven't lived with cats, I've found that people think they look very angry all the time. But then I'm like, oh, because if you've lived with cats, you can see the whole body language, and you'd be like, oh, it's so cute, even though it has a super angry face. Okay, one area I could put a little hatching on the actual feathers with these last 6 minutes is right here. I'll call it the cheek. There's not that much feather texture, but there is a significant dark patch right here. Like I'm squinting my eyes so that it takes away the other visual information, and I'm mostly left with, what is it? The light and dark values. And there's right here, and then on the back of the head, too. So we'll do a little bit of hatching in these areas. Since I have the time to do such details. And it's just like a little patch. Maybe, and it does seem to go up a little bit close to the eye as well. It's actually really nice that streams where I finish so quickly that I have to think of what I want to add, because then it ends up looking really, really well worked, even though I spent the same amount of time as some other ones. Nice. And also, I'm going to bring this down here too. Same kind of thing is going on. Just a much smaller, almost like a line. Right here, similar thing. And then, I see. So I'm gonna actually turn it upside down so that my hand is not on this edge right here. But it's the same kind of thing that's happening here, where some of the feathers are on this side of the face and these feathers are on the opposite side. And the same thing is happening with the back of the head. So some of these feathers I'm going to give hatching, but not all of them, just some, to show that they're on the other side of the head. And even if that doesn't come across, then it's still like, it'll still just look nice. Oh, Wolf is here too. Welcome! Yeah, we were just discussing that. Wolf says he looks like he just got away with something. Yeah, it's gotten more and more, because I did not know what to do with teeth. And I've been saying it all stream, like, what the heck do I do with teeth and griffins? I'm glad that it turns out like this, though, because sometimes it's fun to just do an amusing, ridiculous picture. How are you doing? Are you having a great start to your week? I hope so. Or at least, did you make it through? If it's not a great start, did you at least make it through? Make it through Monday. Okay. So, I'm feeling like this is a little bare compared to everything else, but I don't want to overdo it because I do like the balance that I've got, but I just want to put a little bit of something here. And I am seeing on this reference image, like here's like a really big piece of shadow here, so I'm just going to do something somewhat like that here. And then maybe a little, and some right here. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that better. And then the whole back of the head looks like it's round. So I'm actually looking, I don't know if this is focused well. Oh, I guess that's his... Come on, camera, you can do better than that. My camera is struggling. Okay, focused on this. Okay. You can do it, camera. Okay, that's pretty focused still. That's better. Oh, fun! That's so fun. Wolf said, just got home. Time to play with the puppy. Ah, it's perfect. We just got a new toy for our 2 dogs. And Aoife, our big dog, she loved it so much. She was going crazy for it. It was so fun. I love playing with the puppies. I'm always, like, being late for stuff because they're like, oh, are you moving around because it's time to play? And then I'm like, oh, I can't disappoint them, so I guess it's time to play. I'll play for 5 minutes instead of doing what I was trying to do. Okay, so we are at time now. And I think that this is looking pretty good. So I'm going to write my usual stuff, which is Inktober52. I'm still kind of smiling at myself because it's such a... I basically put dentures into the gryphon beak. Teeth. Teeth. It's called teeth. And the date is what I've been writing. Yay! I'm so glad I didn't have to reschedule this stream. So we'll be able to see what our total amount of unique viewers for the month is as soon as the stream summary is done. Woohoo! Okay. So, let's see. Oh, camera is being cooperative. Auto-focused. So here is the final drawing for the teeth prompt plus my gryphon theme. It is very odd. I could have done this one for odd earlier this year. But I love it when I find a nice reference image that really works with my idea in my head. So, and it looks like I'm like looking at it on my screen over here on the video feed, and it's only like this big to me. I'm like, oh, it looks so nice. Axolotls. Cute. Oh, you're welcome. Exit says, thank you so much for the stream. See you next time. Yes, indeed. I will be back on Wednesday with a lucky dip. And then that will be the last time I stream this week because I'm going to be attending the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators Summer Conference. So there are events happening during stream time on Friday. So no stream on Friday. But hopefully see everybody on Wednesday. Yeah, so that's it for today. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching.